So I see, let's see who's on there. Herbert, I see you. What's up, Jelani? What's happening, Tyler? Yeah, the YouTube mic drop was crazy, right? That was insane. That was insane. I couldn't have timed that better. It's so funny. He hit it right on the head, and he was right. What's up, Ken Roy? Yup, he hit it right on the head. Jelani, what's good, man? Yeah, he was like, yeah, 99% of the time you're not taking any trades, and I'm like, exactly. Like, what percentage of people are losing? 99% everybody's losing. So there must be something behind the fact that I'm not trading 99% of the time. It means I'm not in the herd. We are not in the herd. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Ken Roy, it's definitely Friday. Definitely Friday, my man. Yeah, I'm enjoying this beautiful weather out here. It's beautiful right now. Decided to step outside of the Starbucks and just chill. Yeah, so y'all know what it is. It's the weekly recap. We talk about how we did for the week as far as trading goes. How we elevated within training, etc. I see Talisha, I see Eddie Jones, I see Anthony, I see Darren. What's happening, everybody? I see Mick. What's good, Mick? Yeah, so how did you guys do this week? We actually had a MRMH this morning. Yeah, exactly. Tyler said he like, damn, I didn't expect him to crush my soul in under 30 seconds. Yeah, I know he wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that response. Definitely not. And it made perfect sense. It was like, oh, I didn't even think about it like that. Like, yeah, I'm sure you didn't. All right, very nice. Very nice. JT said he was 2-0 for the week. JT. JT, you doing Project 21? Mick said he's living, baby. Loving the TA life. Yes, sir. That's what we doing. That's how we moving. What's happening, James? What's up, Alberto? Jay Wallace, what up, man? Jay Wallace said he's 0-0 for the week. Whoa, Tyler 4-0. What? Mustafa said, you'll realize the U.S. is about to be the only Western country with regulated binary options. The EU banned them, and Australia is set to ban them soon also. Yeah, I know Canada had banned them quite a few years ago. And to be honest, if you ask me like why the U.S. has not banned them, I believe that it's as a result of the way that the NADEX platform has created the binary option instrument that we use. The model that they're using for binary options in particular is a solid model, and that's why they're allowed to do business in the U.S. with binary options. Those bans that you're talking about, Mustafa, those are more so referring to the traditional Forex binary options that exist. You know, where like they give you 80% payout. So if you risk $10, you make $8 profit if you win, but you lose 10. The reason that they ban in those types of options is because they know that those brokers that are creating those instruments, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, they're not doing business properly, and they're really just extorting people through that platform, and they banning them completely until they get, I would imagine, until they get, you know, access to more specific information regarding an actual instrument that would work, such as what we use on NADEX. So I'm not saying that NADEX will make their way into those countries, or the model that NADEX uses will eventually become something that they'll do, but it is something that I believe is going to be considered, because the binary options that we trade on NADEX is not the same as the traditional binaries that they trade overseas. And that's why these countries are banning binary options in their country, because it's just too much, you know, illegal and scamming that people are doing under the name binary options. So it just has like a negative connotation to it. But NADEX has definitely redefined binary options for sure. Yep. Good question. Tyler said, is that the attempt for the government to stop scamming for their people, or the government doesn't like binaries? I believe that they're trying to stop people from so easily being scammed with that name. Like I said, it has a negative connotation attached to it. Just the word. So they're finding that there's a lot of different type of scamming type of activities that are going on, and they're like, you know what? We don't know what it really is. We don't really care what it is. We just banning binary options, period. So I think that they'll look into it in more detail, though, because there's an opportunity at the same time that NADEX is making available. The model NADEX uses is remarkable. It's remarkable. It really is. So I'm happy that we're a part of that. Yep. Devin, what's happening, man? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Those are my thoughts on that. What's up, Jermaine? What's up, Shane? Yeah. So, you know, like that's my informed response to that. Yeah, but how did you guys do? How have you guys done this week? So we've had like a variety really of different things that are going on. I think I saw Tyler said he's 4-0. JT said he was 2-0. James Wallace said he was 0-0. So how'd you guys do? What's up, David? He said, where's my hat? I think we had a discussion, right, David? You were supposed to do something first, and then you had a hat coming. Yeah. Jelani said he's 1-0 for the week. Very nice. Very nice. Go ahead, man. So question for Jelani, for Tyler, and for who said they were 2-0? That was JT, right? So were all of your trades MRMH follow through trades? Yes or no? And if not, what was the basis of taking the trades that you did take? James Wallace said, what would you do if NADEX goes out of business? Any backup trading platforms that you know about? I do actually know about a few. And I don't talk about it because I always go with the flow at the time. So from what I'm seeing, there's really no reason that NADEX would have for having any issues. They do business properly. They're operating on a regulated platform. They're not shysting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have any type of negativity really associated with them. Of course, nothing is perfect. And also, people don't always talk positively about anything. So even if the experience that people may have is not a bad one, some people will just always badmouth something. You know what I'm saying? So you're always going to hear something coming from someone about anything. So in my opinion, there's not going to be enough negative things that are going on with NADEX in particular that would cause them to shut down. Like, it would take a lot to shut down an actual entity that's regulated by the government. The reason that the government regulates entities like banks, etc., is because they're monitoring their business activities to make sure that they're functioning properly as a business, first and foremost. Secondly, they want to make sure that they're functioning in a way that is not detrimental to their customer or to the public, the public. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they'll say stuff like, we regulate and we make sure that they're not doing anything illegitimate to harm consumers. And that is ultimately what they are attempting to do. But a lot of times, stuff goes on where it's like they're trying to do good, but sometimes they'll do more harm than good. But in the case of NADEX, I believe that they're doing just fine. Like, everything is cool. You know what I mean? And the model that NADEX is using, I believe, would be repeated by another company anyway. Like, once another company catches wind on the platform, the way that they have it set up, whatever the requirements are by the NFTA. Is that what it's called? What the hell is the agency that regulates the Futures Trading Commission? The CFTC, excuse me, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So the CFTC regulates the NADEX platform the same way that they regulate brokers in the U.S. And I don't even know if there are any major brokers in the U.S. anymore, but any platform that gives you access to the foreign exchange market, to currency, or to derivatives would have to be regulated by the CFTC. So NADEX is regulated by the CFTC. And that's why the future looks very promising with NADEX in particular. But like I said, I always got things on deck anyway, just in case. Always. Jelani said he had one. It was a follow-through trade from the MRMH that he had observed. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. Shane said all training except for the one from Monday. Oh, you took a trade Monday? I don't remember. I apologize. I don't remember what happened earlier today. Shane said mine wasn't. I think it was a nuanced trade. I was going to ask you about it. I've seen the behavior before. Okay, I vaguely remember that now. I think that I might have asked you about it or something. I might have asked you something about it. Tyler said TA will buy NADEX in that event. Right? Shit. Like, nah, I don't want them going nowhere. They make it possible for us to do what we do best, man. Outskill everybody. That's what we doing. JT said the macro behavior. Okay, for both, JT, And Tyler said, not for all four macro, as JT said, putting my 1,000 plus hours of our Euro observation to the test. What's up, Stacy? Okay. So that's good to know. That is good to know. What up, Matthew? I think I said what's up. I'm not sure. I think I saw Jay Carly too. What's up, Jay Carly? Jay Carly, you're ready to get at y'all. She said she got questions. But I will say, you know, like I'm not even, what's happening, Derek? What's up, Thomas? What's up, Victor? What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Sophie? I'm not even really, you know, I guess I could say going to be as strict with those of you that have the, if put it like this, if you are audacious enough or tenacious enough to take it upon yourself and do your observation and your study, right? And you got the confidence to trade, but you're doing it knowing the why. I'm not mad at you. Like I can't debate with whatever it is that you decide to do, because that's first and foremost what the framework is. The framework is not about picking trades. The framework is ultimately about ending up in a trade and having reasons to be in the trade. So it focuses primarily on being in the right environment with the right behavior. That's all about timing. It ain't really about nothing else. Ain't really about nothing else. Tyler said liquidity allowed me to take lunch money. He taking money off the table. All right. Well, there goes your answer, Jay Carly. She said, am I not the favorite anymore because you messing up the times? I can be on the lives. She said, can't be mad at that. I'm 0-0 for the week and 3-0 in the Project 21. Very nice. Very nice. She said the audacity is up to you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What's happening, Fredo? What's up, Kent? But yeah, so you know, if you feel compelled to exercise what it is that you feel that you're observing, I encourage you to do that. Am I saying, oh, you should start deviating? No, because you're not going to be deviating if you are observing environment and behavior first and foremost. Secondly, the parameters are designed to, with authority, validate the reason to be in the market at the time. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, all right, there's a combination of things going on simultaneously. For one, you are timing yourself. You're trying to, and not even trying to, what your job is to do is to assert yourself to the point where you're only going to be in the market when the market presents the right timing to be in the market. We know what that means. Timing is first and foremost. Second question becomes, is there an opportunity that the market presents to you at the time? So once the market positions itself in a way where the timing is right, now will it position itself relative to a strike price to give you a trade? You see? So that last part of it, that last piece, if you're applying the parameters or you're not specifically applying all of the parameters, the fact that your timing is precise, I would rather you trade at the right time than to try to take a trade that quote unquote meets the parameters at the wrong time, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want you to take a trade off the basis of trying to get into a trade. That's the wrong way to go about moving or navigating through the process. The correct way would be to identify and recognize the right time, one, and then if a trade is presented during that time, what would constitute the trade for you can be a myriad of different things. It could either be the parameters, or it could be whatever your observation was that gave you the confidence to pull the trigger at that time. But you more so are doing it because of the timing in the market versus the validation of a trade into the market at the time. You see how they are different things. Because I found that for the most part, when I've seen people lose, it's because they were taking a trade at the wrong time. They were taking what they thought was a good trade. Oh, well, I thought it looked like it met all the parameters and this and that. And obviously it didn't meet all the parameters because you lost. When you do meet all the parameters, you're not gonna lose. That's first of all. And you have to know what that even means. The parameters are inclusive of the timing. It includes being in the market at the right time. It doesn't exclude that. It's not just about validating the parameters. The parameters themselves are validating the timing and the trade. This is exactly why when you follow the protocol, if that's all you do, you're going to win your trades. You'll end up being in the market at the right time, and you'll end up being in a solid trade at the right time. And that's it. Like, there really is nothing else. There is nothing else. Ooh, Matthew said he 13 wins away from 100 contracts. Woo! I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there, my man. What's up, David? And you heard what I said, right? Matthew said he's 13 trades away from 100 contracts. So I know all the questions come up. Oh, Mark, how long is it going to take me to get blah, blah, blah. Remember, Matthew didn't lose a trade since August 15th of last year. These things don't happen by accident. Mick said 0-0 for the week. However, 3-0. Oh, damn, I lost the comment. Hold on. 3-0 paper trades at 4 to 5 because of option pricing alignment this week. Okay, so Mick is breaking down the why he took trades. Good stuff. Jay Carly, I decided today that the skill trades are no longer, but if you have audacity, as you say, you may take knowledge trades. I like that. What's funny is that every trade is a skill trade. Every trade that you take with the framework is a skill trade. Tyler said, even thought I wasn't obeying MRMH for some use of the parameters are still in play. Jay Carly, not everyone will catch that. I caught it. Tyler said, which one you replying to, Unicorn? JT said, the behavior and stability is everything to me. The behavior and stability is what we do. Our recognition of environment and whether the market is stable or not is going to be the reason that we don't trade, or the reason that we do end up being in a trade. And notice how I'm saying end up being in a trade. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying, it's not anything that you're going to have to force, because the market either positions itself to give it to you or it does not. One of the best analogies that we use from training, from live training, is that the market is kind of like, you ever see a bear stand in a stream where the salmon fish, well, not fish, the salmon swim upstream. The salmon, they swimming upstream to go to the spawning ground. That's up. They always go upstream. It's bugged out because they're swimming against the current. But this is, as a result of their urge to spawn or to reproduce. A bear in the know stands in the stream and literally waits for the salmon to jump up. The salmon are trying to jump up to go to the spawning ground. The bear stands there knowing that the salmon are just going to jump up. He don't got to try to fish. He don't got to try to dig. He don't got to try to find no fish. He just sits there, waits for the salmon to jump. Salmon jumps. When it jumps up, he got food. That's how we move in the market. We're the bear. We're the bear. So be the bear. Y'all like that, right? Be the bear. Be the damn bear. Be the damn bear. Yeah, but that is good stuff. I appreciate the most when people talk about, the fact that they may not have taken any trades, but that they elevated within the training and elevated as a result of training more. Because what training does is training keeps you so grounded that it's almost like if all you did was train, you ain't never gonna mess up. What's the value of not messing up? Think about that. What's happening, Tammy? What's up, Shawnee? What is the value of not messing up? How valuable is that? That's pretty damn valuable right there. Can you imagine you just don't lose no more? And it's not something that you have to imagine like, oh, that would be so wonderful. That's what's going to happen if you train properly and you don't deviate from the training process. That's what's going to happen. Not might. Not, oh, I wish, that I would stop losing. It's not that. It's, I'm not losing anymore because of how I train, period. It's a different dynamic, man. It's different. Talk about this all the time, man. Talk about it all the time. Yes, and be the bear. Yep. Jay Carly said, not everyone will understand that you're still using your skill is what I meant, Tyler. So Jay Carly, break that down again for those that may have missed it. Break that whole thing down that you said. Like the whole statement. Break that down. I want to kind of dig into that. Shawnee said, what's good? 0-0 for the week. Very good. Shawnee, how was your training this week? What takeaways did you get from training? And for those of you that, anytime that you hear somebody say 0-0, you don't realize necessarily yet how valuable that is until you're in training, because not losing is way more valuable than not trading. That's hard. Not losing is way more valuable than not trading and not understanding why you didn't trade. It's more valuable than trading and not understanding why you did trade. Whew. All right, let me read Jay Carly's breakdown over here. Let me see. She said, I slacked on chart time and back to usual on training. Feeling great now, no fear. Next week, back to 100% training and scheduled chart time. She said, which one? I guess I'm talking about the one that Tyler asked about. I had mentioned it, but I forgot now. You got the nerve to ask me which one? I have no idea. I have no idea. She said, oh. She's worse than me. She's worse than me. Where you at? Shawnee said, break it down, J. Carly, I missed it. Yeah, I wanted her to break it down. She said something earlier, and I lost it in the chat. I don't know where it is, cause I can't see it. She's not in the watch party. She's on the page. Maybe she'll type it again. If she does, I'm gonna come back to it. Kenneth said, nice work to Matthew. Matthew said, far outweighs winning a trade. Right, not losing. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Yes, it does. Not losing far outweighs winning a trade. Yes, it does. J. Carly said, breakdown is those of us feeling audacious are still using our skill. There is no more juice man. Ooh. See, that's why I wanted her to repeat it. Let me say that again. She said, those of us feeling audacious are still using our skill. In other words, you have the confidence, right? You got the nerve. You know how some people are like, oh, you got the nerve to do that? And it's like, yeah, I got the nerve to do it because this is what I do. That's a different level than the juice man. And that's what she said. That's crazy that I just, I'm just reading that's what she just said. There is no more juice man. It's different than the juice man. The juice man is reckless. Put it like this. The juice man is when you trade recklessly. You feel like, oh, I can win. But you're not understanding the dynamic of why you even trading at that point. You just blacking out and taking trades for no reason. Just because you feel like I can trade. That's the juice man, which is a part of you that you have to suppress. You have to suffocate the juice man instead of becoming him. Stacy said, what I learned this week is it is good to use the tools at the same time to have a valid trade. That's hard. That is hard. See, that's the takeaway from training right there, because we talked about a variety of different tools that we use and how they all work. And, they can be used in conjunction with one another and become cohesive, or you can pick which one you want to use at the time. Either way, whatever tool that you use is going to get you to the same destination, regardless. It's going to get you where you need to be. J. Carly said, in addition, the parameters met to the T will always win regardless. Did I not say that earlier? In my experience, because they're built that way, all of the tools we use assist with productive chart time, period. This is a lot of wisdom right here. I have the nerve because I have the skill. Like you told me before, do what you know, not what you think. She going for the mic drop. She said, I'm here to drop mad nuggets, say hi, and co-sign Buddha. I concur. I approve this message. Very good, J. Carl. Shani said, my main takeaway was our discussion of the 80-20, 75-25 talk. Specifically, Mark, when you said, we don't know what 75-25 is. That shit stuck to me. Got you. I understand. Yep, I understand. What's happening, Kimberly? Mick said, I was on charts roughly 30 hours this week as I was testing trades during the 15-minute ranges that occur around 1 a.m. and listen to 301 twice a day to keep my patience in check. Range tool, OPE, brought transition and liquidity into full clarity. Yeah, Mick definitely had a very powerful data-driven week. What I'm referring to is actually doing market analysis, like studying to the point where you're breaking down the market within time, and you're breaking it down within the structure of movement and behavior. That's what Mick did a lot of this week. That's one of the things that Walker does a lot of. When you look at his observation studies and the videos that he shares in the group chat, he is tuned into that heavy. And I was actually talking about this when we were live on YouTube before I came here. You know, I was encouraging the both of them to do that, but to at the same time be aware and to be conscious that you don't overdo it, because you don't want to get to the point where you have so much information that you're dealing with in your mind at the conscious level that it floods your ability to keep it simple. Like, we never want to do that. We don't want to cripple ourselves in that way. Analysis paralysis. That's why it's called that. Like, you don't want to paralyze your ability to keep it simple and just to execute by overdoing the analysis part of it. That's not saying don't do the analysis part. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to do that, but you know, listen to what Mick just said. Listen to what he said. Hold on. He said, listen to 301 twice a day to keep my patience in check. Now, that's the mitigation right there. That's the part that helped him to stay on this side of the line, because the line is thin. You could easily cross over and take all of your knowledge and your analysis and all the stuff that you're doing and then do too much and complicate what's simple. It's very easy to do that. How do you not do that? He just said it. 301 twice a day. You see what I'm saying? So we have so many tools, and you guys are like, the way I look at this, you guys are talented. This is a talent, what we're doing. Not just training, the way that you're training. Like these guys are literally creating a way for themselves to train that someone else could also duplicate. So whatever it is that you decide to do and to gravitate to, that's why these commentaries, the Facebook recap, all of this stuff, all this, the lives, all the streams, training at night, group chat, all of this has all of this wisdom and all these nuggets. That's just, it's such an abundance of them. You can pick which one that you want to use based on whatever you gravitate to the most. Isn't that wonderful to have options? You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, all of it is still the same framework. The framework is not changing. I'm not talking about that. No one is changing the framework. Everyone is figuring out how to navigate the framework based on what they're the most comfortable with. The same way I tell you guys about choosing the tool that you want to use. You can choose whatever tool. It don't matter which tool that you want to use. Whatever you decide to use is still going to get you to the end result. Period. That's why this is so remarkable, because this is really talent. Like, this is not just regular anymore. Like, the elevation of it is so intense that people literally are figuring shit out within what's already been figured out. They're figuring out how to make it even more simple, how to make it even more comprehensive. You know, well, what if you wire it this way and your brain don't work, you know, the way Jay Carly's brain works? What if your brain don't work how Matthew's brain works? What if your brain don't work how my brain works? What if you extra retarded? And I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are really extra retarded to the point where they really complicate what they don't need to complicate at all. You know what I mean? Like, they really just complicate. And it's like, how did you even, what happened? How'd you even get there? But they do it. It goes on. So we're just here to, you know, to throw out nuggets and throw things out at you constantly and to bombard you so that you can pull whatever it is that you need to keep yourself on the simple straight path for you. And that's where the self-awareness part of it comes. Like, you got to know yourself to the point where you know how retarded that you are. That's one of the first things that you're learning. What level of retarded are you? Let's figure that part out. Let's figure that part out. What's happening, Daniel? Matthew said, J. Carly hit it. The protocol is the skill. It's just a matter of your level of the protocol that has affected you. This is the type of infection you strive for, though. Facts. Facts. He literally just said what I just said in one sentence. Everything I just said is that. The protocol is the skill. It's just a matter of your level. Your level, the protocol that has infected you. Yeah, all is well, Daniel. All is well, my man. We just training. Elevating. Jay Carly said, I have my favorite training videos and my favorite tools. They work for me. Training is key, and we're elevated now. It's bananas. Like, I'm done with even trying to, like, I just try to keep up now. That's literally all I try to do. I just try to keep up with it all. And it's not easy to keep up with it because it continues to go higher. She said, so elevated it's bananas. I'm so in awe of how far TA has come. We so Team Alliance, we cannot be stopped. Nope. Mick said, talk to your peers. That's it. That's it. I kind of look at it like all we do is go back and forth and make each other better. That's what goes on. We literally go back and forth and just we continue to elevate one another. And what's crazy about it all is that we never know through what is going, like how. You don't know how it's going to elevate again, but it does. You know that it's coming, but you don't know what it's going to be this week. You don't know what it's going to be today. Like, come on, man. Come on. It's like it's just nonstop. It's nonstop. What's up, Aaliyah? Yeah, but this is remarkable stuff, man. Really is. JT said, I'm giving the knowledge right back to whoever asks. No strings attached. Come on, man. That's the mantra right there. Freely you have received, freely give. That's how I look at it all. And that's what we're doing. We're just constantly doing all of that. Very intense, man. Very intense. All right, E. Brown, I gotta get him set up. I'll get him set up in a minute. Matthew said, realize the overall level of talent in the group. We have some brilliant traders. We really do. See, because we have brilliant people. Like, I look at it like, and it's so crazy how things work out. What's the first word in TA? Team. Like, nothing is accidental. Nothing. Team Alliance. Like, just listen to the words of the name. Team Alliance. Alliance, allies. friends, right? Put them together. What do we have? That's exactly what we have here. So the name is a description of what we are and who we are. Come on, man. Come on. That's why nothing happens by accident. Everything happens on purpose and with purpose. That's it. Look, Matthew said you forced to be on top of your shit. You forced to be. You absolutely right, because anything less is unacceptable. We're not going to accept anything less. Period. And it's so crazy too, because it's all love too. Stacy is crazy. She said, "That's me, brilliant." Yes, you are, Stacy. Yes, you are. Jermaine said, TA vibes are so organic. Not everyone can understand vibing with it. That's a fact. And that's the thing. It's not meant for everybody to understand. I appreciate that the most. See, you know what it is too? You're not going to understand this until you elevate. You're not going to understand this until you elevate. Like, think about that. So that means for you to even be here, for you to ever, I think on YouTube they say that when I do a live stream, it comes up in your recommended videos, and that's how some people like get onto the live stream. I believe you can't even be connected through that unless you're ready to be elevated. You have to be open to become elevated. Otherwise, you'll never hear about us. You will never hear about us unless you're on the vibration to some degree, because nothing happens accidentally. So if nothing happens accidentally, everything is energy. Nothing happens accidentally. That's crazy. So that tells you why you even here in the first place. Some people they'll ask that. They'll be like, man, I don't know why I ran into TA. You ran into TA because you attached yourself to the vibe. Now, the vibe that we're on, we became the vibe. So now when you see us, you see the manifestation of the vibration. You actually see what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Team Alliance all day. This is how the vibration looks. Listen to what Jermaine just said. It's organic. I never come on here and have notes written down. We just go. We just go. Turn the camera on and go. This is hard. What's good, Jamie? Matthew said, all of us are. Yep. Shawnee, the question I was asking myself this week is, are the characteristics of an MRMH different than a follow-through trade? In other words, if I'm waiting for an MRMH to be perfect 10 type trade, can the follow-through be a 7 or 8 on the strength of the MRMH? At this point in my development, I'm looking for the most pristine, clean trades, and time is of no importance in the macro outlook. I think, Shauna, you have to more so look at, instead of trying to dig into the trade, dig into the environment and the behavior. That's going to give you your answer. You have to ask, in other words, how stable is the market? That's the question. Like, if you have to put that on a scale, then do that. Scale from 1 to 10 or whatever your numbers are. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is stability on the scale to you? And go off of that and then let the trades unfold. Because what you're describing when you say pristine, clean trades is you're talking about pristine, clean timing. That's what it is. Does that make sense? And I know that does make sense. I don't even have to ask. I know that makes sense. It makes perfect sense, actually. And that's hard. That's hard right there. Damn. Whew. What's up, Holly? You like the hat, huh? You like the bucket? I got him. Jay Carly said, accurate. You're attracted to the vibe, and we can tell the ones that got here by something else because they bounce or get bounced. Vibe with TA. Yep. Yeah, definitely new t-shirt hashtags. All right, Holly. Have a good weekend. I'll see you in training on Sunday. Jay Carly, I don't think 1 to 10. I think is the timing right, and then do what you know. Whew. See, Jay Carly, yeah, like, it's hard now for me to describe Jay Carly because she came from such a different, she never sounded like this before. I put it like that. She used to sound retarded. And I'm not even saying that jokingly. I'm just saying, like, everybody's retarded to a degree when they get here. When you're new and you don't know anything, you really retarded. And I mean, as far as not knowing anything, like, you just don't know yet. There's so much that you don't know. She's laughing. Yeah. Jay Carly says, Shawnee, you might be overthinking. But I know Shawnee caught what I just said though. She said I'm in retarded recovery. Stupid. Yes, Matthew said comes right back to the timing. All day, man. All day. That's what it is. That's it. Pristine timing. So that's always going to be our default question. Not is this a good trade? It's is this a good time? Is this a good time? Elevation. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I will see y'all in training on Sunday, and see y'all on YouTube, wherever, whenever. See you when I see you. I'm out.